Every gardener eventually reaches that moment when the soil isn't responding fast enough. The plants look hungry, the ground feels tired and dull, and you know deep down what's missing. Active, living microbes. These are the tiny workers that digest organic matter, release nutrients, and keep soil breathable. The problem is that most gardeners assume you need expensive inoculants to boost them. The truth is, you already have one of the best microbe multiplying tools sitting in your kitchen, and once you understand how to use yeast correctly, you'll never look at your soil the same way again. The strength of yeast lies in how aggressively it reproduces. Yeast is a living fungus, and when you feed it sugars, warmth, and moisture, it quickly expands into billions of cells. Soil microbes thrive under similar conditions, and the byproducts yeast produces, like simple enzymes, natural acids, and carbon dioxide, create a supportive environment for beneficial bacteria to flourish. When yeast is introduced into soil in a controlled way, it doesn't take over. It kickstarts microbial activity by waking up dormant organisms and giving them food to multiply. This shortcut doesn't replace compost. It activates the biology already present. That's the key difference many gardeners miss. You can't just dump dry yeast straight into the soil. It's too concentrated and will do nothing. The real power comes from activating the yeast first and allowing it time to multiply outside the soil. Start with 1 teaspoon of dry instant yeast for every 1 liter of warm, non-chlorinated water. The water should be barely warm to the touch, not hot, so you don't kill the cells. Add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar or unsulfured molasses to supply the yeast with immediate fuel. Stir everything thoroughly until dissolved. Leave the mixture loosely covered on the counter for 2 to 3 hours until you see a light foam forming on top. That foam is your sign that millions of new microbial allies are being created. If you want a stronger brew for very depleted soil, keep the ratio the same, but let the mixture ferment for 8 hours instead of 3. It will smell slightly sweet with a mild yeasty aroma. This means everything is alive and active. Never leave it more than 24 hours, because once the yeast consumes all available sugars, the population collapses and the mix becomes less effective. So the goal here is not to pour the activator onto dry soil. Moist soil actually lets microbes move freely and helps them attach themselves to soil particles. You'll want to water your garden lightly before applying the yeast mixture. For every square meter of soil, you should use about 300 to 500 milliliters of your activator. If you're treating raised beds, a 1-liter batch is enough for about 2 to 3 meters of bed length. Just pour it slowly so the liquid really soaks in instead of running off. The most effective time to apply it is early morning or late afternoon, since direct heat, can slow down microbial expansion. In heavily compacted or lifeless soil, you can repeat this application once a week for 3 weeks. That frequency gives microbes consistent support while letting the soil adapt to increased biological activity. For soil that's already healthy, once every 4 to 6 weeks is plenty. Now, gardeners who grow vegetables in containers actually benefit even more from this trick, because container soil loses microbial life much faster. Just a ½ cup per pot every month can really rejuvenate those tired grow bags and revive stunted crops. Microbes, well, they need constant food. The yeast activator wakes them up, but organic carbon gives them a long-lasting pantry. After applying the yeast solution, always follow it with a thin layer of organic matter. Even just a handful of homemade compost, grass clippings, shredded leaves, or kitchen scrap compost per square meter is enough. These materials break down slowly, feeding the bacteria that the yeast solution has already activated. It kind of becomes a simple chain reaction. The yeast boosts microbe numbers, the microbes digest the carbon, nutrients are released, and plants respond quickly. Gardeners who do this consistently report improved root development and faster plant recovery after stress. A great example is applying the yeast solution to beds before planting heavy feeders like cabbages or tomatoes. Start by watering the soil with the mixture about 1 week before transplanting. Then add a thin compost layer, mix it lightly into the top 5 centimeters of soil, and just wait. By the time your seedlings go in, the soil biology is already in high gear. This creates that fluffy, rich, easy-to-plant structure that roots really love. Using too much sugar is honestly one of the biggest problems. Excess sugar leads to a sticky, anaerobic mess that microbes really struggle to survive in. Stick to just 1 tablespoon per liter. Another mistake is pouring the yeast mixture into soil with no organic matter at all. Microbes can't survive long-term without food, so if your soil is extremely sandy or pale, add compost first. Finally, don't seal the fermenting jar tightly. Yeast produces carbon dioxide, and a sealed container will pressurize and damage the culture. This method works because it doesn't fight nature. It actually partners with it. Yeast doesn't replace the complex microbial world, but it encourages the soil's native organisms to multiply faster than they would on their own. Gardeners who consistently use this shortcut often see their soil darken, soften, and just smell richer within a few weeks. When the biological engine of the soil runs well, everything else becomes easier: watering, fertilizing, plant health, pest resistance, and even yields. If you found this guide helpful and you want more practical shortcuts that genuinely improve your gardening results, subscribe to GardenGuru and share this video with a fellow grower who needs healthier soil.